Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Lexi and you're watching Dream Drop K-pop. So as you guys can see, I'm not by myself today. I've got my husband tagging along on the channel. So I'll let him introduce himself and let you guys know what we're getting into today.
What's up, guys? My name is Chris, and Lexi thought it would be fun to bring me onto Dream Drop K-pop to react to a few K-pop bands. So my background, I'm an audio producer, I'm a musician, but my genre is mostly metal and hard rock and stuff like that. So she thought it would be very entertaining to bring me on here and see what I thought of some of the K-pop bands, which I've listened to a little bit, but nowhere near as much as the whole catalog of things go. So yeah. I'm really not sure what to expect with it.
Yeah, so today we're going to be checking out 3 different videos, and he's never seen a K-pop music video before. Like he said, he just heard some snippets of stuff in the car, mostly BTS. So yeah, let's get into these and we'll see what he thinks. All right, so first up, I wanted to show him Stray Kids because I know they use a little bit different production in their songs. Usually there's some drums and guitars and stuff like that. So I figured we would throw it back a little bit and check out Victory Song by Stray Kids first. So he's never seen this before, so let's get into it and see what he thinks.
Listen to the 승전가.
See, they go in! Okay, so like first impressions. I know it's kind of crazy with like everything that comes in, but like what are you thinking initially?
For me, you know, I have a lot of theatrical stuff in my own music, so I really dug a little bit of an intro into the actual song. And
Nice.
then there was that riser that came up, and then when the drop came in, I actually really enjoyed that drop. I thought that was pretty cool, how they just came right into it and it just, you know, blew up in your face.
Perfect. Well, do you want to take it back a little bit or go from here?
Let's keep going.
Okay. You liking that chord progression?
I really like how they took that synthesizer. They had it at a lower octave. So this is me talking musician to you guys. So they had it at one level, and then they brought in the exact same synthesizer at about an octave higher. So that means it's just a higher pitch, but it's the same note, just in a higher pitch. And I thought that was really cool. It keeps it interesting, keeps it interactive as people are listening. So, and then there's that chord progression underneath it. And as they're playing the exact same melody as that, you know, the chord progression is changing, and it just keeps it really interesting to listen to.
Nice.
So let's check it out some more.
He's got one of the lowest voices ever, by the way.
It is very low. I like how it opens up here.
Yeah.
Listen to this 승전.
All right. I did like that.
You like?
So
I thought you would.
the chord progression and right into that chorus. I'm a sucker for 4 chord progressions, and it's usually what you're going to see in a lot of pop, a lot of stuff, even like Green Day. Green Day is very famous for a lot of 4 chord progressions, and it's just like that T pattern. If you're a guitar player, it's called a T pattern, but it's a certain progression of chords. And it's catchy, and you have a melody over it, and it definitely catches your attention for sure. You know, it's known for giving you goosebumps.
Yeah. So let's take it back just a little bit and listen to that one more time.
Listen to this 승전.
And then they just blow up right into it.
Yeah. Always got to have the visual in there.
And they're just coming right back into the verse, it looks like.
So when like each of them are rapping, is that just like a verse then?
Yeah, so that part, it's a verse. Typically, a lot of songs will come in with like intro, verse, chorus, verse, and then another chorus, and then maybe a bridge piece and another chorus at the end of it. So parts that are repeating, it's usually going to be like a verse or a chorus. Like the big catchy part of the song is usually a chorus, and that's the part that everyone's going to kind of react to, that they're going to link to the most. There's going to be a lot of really cool verses that people like as well, but chorus is like, that's the main part of the song. That's what people are really drawn to, what they really like, what they remember out of the song. But yeah, this part where it kind of breaks down into a little bit more simple, you have that 808 synthesizer underneath with that really heavy kick pattern from the electronic drums. That's very much a verse piece. It kind of breaks it back down before it kind of climaxes back into a chorus.
Okay. I didn't realize that they were breaking that down into actual verses for them rapping. I guess I never thought about it.
At least for me as a musician and as rock and metal, I approach my verses and choruses a very similar way. So it's nice to see a very similar song structure with that.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Well, let's get back into it. He's my favorite rapper.
Is he?
He's not in the group anymore.
Oh, is he not? Oh. Back into the chorus here. Or it's kind of like a rising chorus.
Yeah, you hear it.
But you hear that chord progression I'm talking about?
Listen to this 승전.
Here comes the drop. Yep.
Like, in this song, it's just so effective.
So this would be probably a bridge piece here.
Bridge. Oh, okay.
Or an interlude.
Listen to this 승전.
Something I've really noticed, they like driving that intro melody, that intro spot, and that's the drop essentially. But you see how it keeps coming back every so now and then after like a chorus piece or a bridge piece. That's kind of so I think they're trying to make that intro piece more of the main part of the song.
Oh, okay.
So that's more of that part that everyone's going to remember. And it doesn't have to be the chorus. I love choruses because I'm a sucker for catchy stuff, really catchy, poppy stuff. But it seems like the intro part of this song is the main catch of it. Yeah, it is the focus.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then they brought it up an octave there.
Okay. First K-pop music video down. What did you think?
That was actually really good. I did not mind that one at all. That was pretty cool. And, you know, coming to it as a musician, it just brings a whole different aspect, I think, to reacting to it. Because I look at more of melodies. I look at more of song structure and what is put into a song rather than, you know, what visuals are there. And I know visuals are very appealing to a lot of people, but at least for me, I try to look more at like melody and beats and structure and all that nitty gritty stuff in the background of everything. But I did like it. And if you'll notice, there's only intro, chorus, verse, bridge. there's only really 4 parts in that song. The lyrics will probably change through each verse, and I'm pretty sure they did. I actually wasn't following along on the lyrics.
That's okay.
Not much of a lyrical guy. But at least musically, there's only 4 parts, and they're interchanging and they're repeating and they're doing stuff like that. So definitely, if you guys go back and check out the song, pay attention to some of that stuff.
And this is why I brought him onto the channel, because I think it's really great that we appreciate music for different things, and I just absolutely love getting your perspective on things and being like, oh, that was a verse, not like I'm just like, ooh, like listening along.
I'm just here to talk your guys' ear off about music nerd stuff.
That's okay. So that was an older song from Stray Kids that was released back in 2019, but now let's take it a little bit more, I guess, more modern. So I had to have him check out God's Menu by Stray Kids. That's one of my personal favorite songs. That one was released back in 2020. So let's get into it and see what you think about this one.
All right.
네, 손님. 어서 오십시오. 이 가게는 참 메뉴가 고르기도 쉽죠. 시켜도 감을 만족하지. 지나가던 나그네 비둘기까지. 까지. 감아 비둘기까지. 쿠키와 소스의 맛대로 초록. 음미하고 내게 말해봐. Taste so good 반응을 모두처럼. 락 모두 자극적인 거. I want it till 다 녹여 때까지.
So right off the bat, I know this one's newer, but are you listening to anything that is instantly standing out to you for production wise?
To me, this one almost sounds more gritty, more into your face a little bit. It's more aggressive. But I hear there's that intro, that da 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 da, that thing, that synthesizer that's going. It actually kind of went into the verse, so that became the verse piece for them to sing over, and then they stopped it. And they had some nice kind of breakdown electro drums going on there. Mm-hmm. And then they brought the synthesizer back for the second half of that verse, just to kind of, it keeps things interesting, It's that whole
kind of
thing.
Ties it together.
Exactly, yeah. It ties it together. It's a great transition, and it keeps things moving throughout the song that keeps everyone's interest. So something I know as a musician, as a audio producer, stuff like that, everyone's attention span is extremely short. So I noticed that there was maybe 1 bar of them doing that synthesizer and that catchy intro, and then it was like bam, right in. So everyone's attention span is about 30 seconds, and that was a lot less than 30 seconds, because typically if someone's listening to music, if the vocals don't come in right away or really, really close to the intro, typically they're probably gonna move on to the next thing. So I definitely noticed that they brought that in real quick and real snappy, so it keeps you guys' interest.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So actually with Stray Kids, they do produce a lot of their own stuff.
Okay.
So I wonder if Bang Chan knows. I'm sure he probably knows that and did that intentionally.
Well, I mean, when you're in the industry like this and you're at that level, you learn stuff. You learn different levels of things. Sometimes you learn from mistakes, and that sucks, but you still learn. As long as you learn, that's what matters.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, and usually I'm pretty sure these guys probably have some people like a mentor or something that might be like, hey, we need to try something like this, and they'll have to kind of finagle something around and see what they can do.
Yeah. So there's 3 of them that usually do a little bit of the production. It's Han, who's on screen, Changbin, who is the rapper that I liked in the last video, and Bang Chan. They're called 3 Racha.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're the 3 rappers.
Okay.
Or 3 main rappers, because there's one other member that does a little bit of rapping. But yeah.
All right.
So I don't want to overload you with information, so let's get back into it.
Forgive me if I don't remember the names right off the bat.
There's going to be a quiz at the end.
No.
I'm just kidding. All right, let's get back into it.
That was a quick scene change.
Yeah, this one has so many different scenes that they just like are constantly changing.
So let me go back and listen to this really quick. Let's see where, right around here. Right here. Here's your chord progression. So this is your catchy spot right here.
Okay.
And then it's building. So the drums picked up. And then they picked up again. And here comes the drop probably. Yup. There it is. I can hear auto-tune.
Yeah, they do use auto-tune.
They brought that in. Okay, now we're back to essentially a verse.
Yeah.
That's the guy with the low voice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
All right. His hair's changed since the last video that I saw there.
Yeah, his hair changed.
But I recognize his voice.
So that's Felix. He's one of the younger members. But
Okay.
yeah, he's got like one of the deepest voices, I think, in the industry.
Okay.
So, and usually he tends to catch people a little bit off guard because he's got like a really like sweet baby face.
He doesn't
and then,
look like he has that low voice. Yeah. I think he has a lower voice than me.
I think so. Did they lower him at all, or do you think that's just maybe just a skosh?
I don't think they lowered him.
Okay.
It's hard to tell though.
So that's the other one that sometimes raps.
Okay. Then we're back to like kind of a chorusy area.
Yeah. I like how the camera moves with them on this one.
Yeah.
See just so many scenes.
All right. So what I noticed out of both Stray Kids songs, they really favor the focus on that intro piece, on that first rhythm,
okay.
that first melody that comes in, that synthesizer, kind of the horns, what it sounds like. And they really focus on those guys. So the choruses for both of those Stray Kids songs, it almost seemed like the choruses were more of a build-up to get back into that intro piece. That main piece.
Okay.
And that main piece is kind of like the drop, you know, it builds up. There's the electro drums getting faster and faster, and then all of a sudden it stops, and then boom, right into it.
Okay. Interesting. I've never really noticed that with any of their stuff. So.
Have you not?
No.
Now you're going to be watching and going, dang it, Chris.
No, it's okay. If you guys want him to react to more Stray Kids songs, comment them down below. Let us know what you want to see, and we'll have him react.
I will be happy to share with you guys all my thoughts.
I love it. So for the last one, I have something a little bit special. So we're going to be checking out a girl group. This is Dreamcatcher, and they're known for being a little bit more on like the alternative side. Normally, girl groups at least debut with like really girly, cutesy concepts, and Dreamcatcher is known for doing something darker.
Okay.
So I have Chase Me pulled up because that was one of my favorite songs from them. This is an older song. This was released back in 2017, so they're a group that's been around for a while.
Okay.
Stray Kids has 2, but
Sounds good.
so let's get into Chase Me by Dreamcatcher.
After
Their companies.
after the
And actually, I'm just going to pause that real quick. So they used to be Happy Face Entertainment, but
Okay.
they actually changed their name to Dreamcatcher Entertainment because of this group.
Oh, the company?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
See already, it's kind of like creepy.
It's kind of horror based.
Yeah. That was their concept, was horror.
Was it?
Yeah.
I like the piano.
Yeah.
자꾸 나만 보면 안 된대 짜릿한 걸 원할 뿐인데 텅빈 사람들 꿈속은 따분하잖아 어젠 간단하게 스릴러 오늘은 뭘 해볼까 발칙한 장난을 시작할 거야 어둠 못 몰래 다가가서 꿈속에 뛰어들어 난 폭죽이 막 터지듯 깜짝 놀라게 baby 조용한 세상이 잔뜩 소란해지
So we'll just pause it real quick. Normally, people comment and say that at least like the old Dreamcatcher stuff sounds like anime intros.
I was thinking that. Yeah, I was thinking it's very, very anime intro-esque. I'm not sure if we're gonna get into the chorus next or not, or if this is the chorus. But to me, this sounds like an intro, and then there's the build up into the chorus.
Into the chorus.
So I'm not sure if the chorus is next or what. And if we go back to the intro, I assume this is probably just the chorus. But I did like the piano. I like so far my favorite part of this is that piano piece in the beginning. It's light. It's kind of emotional. It's got a little bit of finesse to it.
Yeah, this, I would say like this first release that they did, there was a backstory to it. So each song kind of, well, the story at least, it connects.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's take it back just a little bit.
어둠 못 몰래 다가가서 꿈속에 뛰어들어 난 폭죽이 막 터지듯 깜짝 놀라게 baby 조용한 세상이 잔뜩 소란해질까 막을 수 있니 Chase me 한번 날
Yep. This is the chorus.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yep. Back to the verse. So something I've noticed, even though it's a dark visual concept, the music is energetic and it changes pretty quick. So usually what I see with a lot of dark concepts, at least in my genre of music, where it's more metal, more of that, usually it's those choruses are a lot more open, a lot more dark. Maybe the drums are a little slower. It just really opens up the sky, if you will. But in here on Dreamcatcher's song, it's very energetic still, and it almost sounds exciting and happy at the same time, even though the visuals are very dark.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of mention that.
잠깐 나이란 게 뭔데 그래 나를 맞추려 해 그저 규칙적인 심장박동 위에 7가지 작은 놀이를 선물해 매일 모두
And I'm sorry to pause it so much, guys.
Okay.
I noticed on the drums, if you listen to that, the snare, they took the snare before it got into this next part, and they pitch shifted it to where it got higher and higher and higher and higher. I've also noticed that the drums in this, they're very raw sounding. Can't say I'm a huge fan of how the overheads or the cymbals sound in this. So that cymbals are going to be your
tingy things.
your tingy things. Yeah. Your crashes, your your hi-hats, anything on the drum set that is metal, that's usually going to be a type of cymbal. But I want to bring you guys back and show you that.
So it's while Dami's rapping?
I think
that it's doing
so.
it?
I don't know. But it's during this build up here. Listen to the snare drum. It's going to start rising in pitch. So snare. See how that got higher?
Yeah. Huh.
It transitions. And we're going to go back into the... Oh, they did a dive bomb? Cool. They did a dive bomb. I did like the dive bomb. I don't even know how to describe a dive bomb. It's that little widdly wah thing that you hear in the background. And you do that with a highly distorted guitar, and they'll have a whammy bar. It's just a bar hanging off the guitar, and you'll see guys play around with it. But you can use those to create dive bombs, and you can mess around with that bar. Basically, the bar increases the tension on the string, so it brings it up in pitch. And if you push it down, it goes lower in pitch.
So we'll bring it back, and you can just like point when it comes in.
Yeah, listen for the widdly wah. The widdly woo. I don't know what I don't.
Perfect music explanation.
Yeah. Right here. Yeah. All right, we're coming into a bridge, it looks like. Pop. Right there. So, you notice how the drums went from fast-paced to slower? Mm-hmm. Right there, that's what I mean when it opens up usually, where it opens up the sky and the choruses and makes them seem huge and massive. And actually slowing down the tempo like that, it's slowing it down to half tempo, and in musical terms that is called a halftime. So I'll bring it back so you guys can hear that. So it's fast paced here. Then halftime.
Okay.
It opens it up. It kind of grooves.
We'll just let the music video play.
I
like that.
I wasn't sure. Oh, the music box.
Yeah.
Kind of adds a creepiness to it.
It does.
Where music boxes sound so childish and kind of innocent.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the orchestra comes in too.
Yeah.
You can hear those plucks on the cello.
There's like a clock ticking. It's creepy.
That's kind of cool. I'm a sucker for theatrics.
Yeah.
A lot of piano. You're going to hear a lot of piano in my music, a lot of orchestra, stuff like that. Like
cello, violin.
Yeah, it kind of makes it sound like a movie soundtrack. Yeah. But I like that stuff. I think that's really cool where it like slowly builds and builds and builds and then just boom, right there.
Perfect. So I know each of them was a little bit different. Were you like pulled to liking one more than the other, or like final thoughts?
You know, so Dreamcatcher was definitely more in my realm of music, being more metal, more rock. Actually, it was like a hard rock, like a mixture of metal and rock. And I really liked that as well. Even with it sounding kind of like an anime intro. It was very anime intro-esque.
I thought you would
which
pick up on that.
I appreciate that. I'm a huge anime fan. But I think my favorite actually was probably the first one from Stray Kids.
You liked a Victory Song?
That was probably my favorite out of the three, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy.
You're chiseling away at the barrier that I've set up.
Slowly by, inch by inch.
So I think in musical terms, that one's probably my favorite.
Interesting.
I definitely noticed the difference between a boy K-pop group and a girl K-pop group.
Yeah.
The girls were, even though it was more rock and more metal, it was still more. It wasn't as aggressive.
Yeah.
It definitely was not aggressive whatsoever. And then the Stray Kids songs, they were kind of like in your face, especially the second one. What was that?
God's Menu.
God's Menu? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense with the kitchen scene that they had, actually. Okay. I just put one and one together and I got three. So, that one was more, it was almost, how do I put this? It was kind of in your face. It was like, look at us. We're awesome. This kind of thing. The first one was a little bit like that, but it wasn't quite.
Not quite on that level.
Not quite on that level. But I definitely liked Victory Song.
Victory Song. Yep.
Okay. I think I liked that one a little bit better, and that was probably my favorite out of all of them. I think it was the melody. Yeah. I liked the intro synthesizer. I thought the melody on that was really cool. I'm very much a melody-driven individual, so anytime there's a catchy melody, I'm all for it. I'm not too much of a beat guy. I like beats, but it's really the melody that catches me on music.
See, that's so crazy. I never would have thought that you liked Victory Song out of all of them. I thought maybe God's Menu would catch you, and I assumed Dreamcatcher because they've just got like, with like the guitar and drums and stuff.
even though it's metal and it's rock, it doesn't necessarily mean, at least to me, I liked the notes better in
Victory Song.
And it was the melody that really caught me. Even though it wasn't rock or metal, essentially, it still caught my attention more than the Dreamcatcher one did.
Oh, that's so crazy. Mm-hmm. So you guys, if you have any suggestions of what you want him to see and react to, comment them down below. I have a feeling you guys are gonna maybe suggest some girl group stuff, which I'd be interested in. They, like I said, they usually have like cutesy concepts, so that's going to be like way far out from what you're used to. But yeah, so comment down below what you'd like to see him react to next. And this is Lexi. Thank you so much for watching Dream Drop K-pop. We'll see you guys next time.
See you later.